Hey, what's up guys? So Endgame is basically 1 week away. I'm hyped as hell. I've actually stopped going on Instagram and I'm gonna pretty much avoid all social media until I go see it this next Thursday. And I'd suggest you try to stay away from social media. Right now there are a lot of spoilers out and there are a lot of huge parts of the movie that have been leaked. I don't know how, but they have been leaked. I haven't seen any of this. So I just completely got off of Instagram. So I hope you guys do the same. I don't want this experience, which some people have been waiting since 2008, or at least since 2014 when the slate for Infinity War and Infinity War 2 came out. I want to put out this video to give you guys my expectations for the movie, what I want to feel while I'm watching the movie, and after it's over, my expectations of things I want to see in the movie, the things that I want to be explained, and my predictions of things we'll see in the movie, unexpected characters, new characters, and the new big bads that could be in the movie and potentially be set up for Phase 4. How likely each of those expectations or predictions will be. So first off, how I'm expecting to feel and what I want to feel when I'm watching the movie is I want to be visually mind blown, genuinely surprised. By the time this movie ends, I want to feel satisfied. So the first expectation that I have obviously is to see all the dusted characters come back, which is obviously gonna happen. We already know that they're all gonna come back, but what I mean specifically is I'm very curious to see how they're actually going to bring the characters back visually. Like, will we see like a dirt devil come up with ashes and they just reform, or will the dusted Avengers just pop back into reality? That I'm expecting to see in a very triumphant way. And then I'm expecting to see all the heroes that survived the snap, all the ones that didn't, and even new heroes fighting all in one shot, side by side against Outriders, Chitauri, or just whoever the new big bad is. I just want to see a whole bunch of heroes, a splash page full of heroes on the screen all together at once. If you saw Captain Marvel and if you've seen any of the Endgame trailers that she's in, you would know that she is insanely powerful and she's also insanely cocky, and I'm pretty sure this is the Russo brothers setting her up to get her ass kicked and her weakness exposed, which I think will happen in the beginning of the movie when they go to try and challenge Thanos, and that's when her weakness will be exposed. I'm expecting to finally get a 100% definitive explanation on just how Tony Stark was unaffected by the scepter in the first Avengers in 2012. So I've been so damn curious about just how Tony Stark was immune to an Infinity Stone in that moment in Avengers, and I expect to get an explanation for that. If not, I'm gonna be pretty pissed off, but I really want to know that. I know a lot of people as well have their own theories about that, but I want confirmation on that because that's been the biggest head scratcher for me since 2012. I'm expecting to see Hulk kick Thanos' ass. I want some well-deserved redemption for the Green Goliath. So those are my main expectations for the movie. Now what I want to do is give you my main predictions of characters, scenes that I think we will see and that will happen, and then that'll kind of pretty much flow into the unexpected characters that I'm predicting, new characters that will pop up, and the new big bad that might appear in the movie, and a new big bad that could be set up for Phase 4. And I'm pretty much going to start off with the things that I think are the least likely and all the way up to the things that I think will actually definitely happen. I predict in some way, more than likely through the quantum realm, Cap and Peggy Carter will be reunited in some capacity. Also that we will see alternate versions or an alternate version of a hero from a different reality via the multiverse. I predict if we don't actually see an Eternal in this movie, that we will get a mention for an Eternal like we did in Infinity War with Alars, the father of Thanos. Maybe we'll get Zurus, the Eternal King, the brother of Alars, or maybe even, and I think it might actually be likely, Eros, the brother of Thanos. I can't see Ant-Man in an Avengers movie without seeing Giant Man, and I hope that it would be even crazier than how he did make his appearance in Civil War, and no, not in Thanos' ass. It seems like Uatu the Watcher will be in this movie, and I'm predicting that he will be if he showed up in Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2 and he's out there, especially with the caliber of events that are unfolding and will unfold. I can't see him not being in this movie. I predict Avengers Tower will be shown, and if anything, it's going to be Oscorp Tower. Valkyrie is definitely in the movie, so I am predicting we will see Korg and Meek return, some of the greatest characters in film history. Time travel is going to be a thing in this movie, and I cannot see the crescendo of the MCU so far and the crescendo of the Avengers movies not having Ultron in it. So I do believe he will come back either in a flashback, when they're going back through time, or he will come back in real time. I believe a cosmic entity will also make an appearance in this movie, if not Death, which seems more than likely because this is Thanos we're talking about, and or I do believe the Living Tribunal will make an appearance in this movie. Ever since we got that nod to him in Doctor Strange, I couldn't stop thinking about that, and if this is the end of the Infinity Saga and there is an imbalance in the universe, then I would think the Living Tribunal would come and bring balance to all this craziness that's happening. We didn't just get all those celestial teases in the Guardians movies for nothing, guys. I believe strongly that if not Eson the Searcher appears, that some other Celestials will appear in this movie, and I do very much think that they could potentially be that new greater threat that is looming in this Avengers movie that people have been hinting toward. It could happen that the Celestials come back to Earth, they see how in disarray it is, and they decide they're just gonna extinct everyone, so they have to fight back against Celestials. And I predict the man who started it all, Iron Man, will wield the Infinity Gauntlet, whether it be to unsnap all the heroes that were dusted, or to fight Thanos directly, or whoever the new big bad is. I do believe he should and he will wield the Infinity Gauntlet, and I just think it would be badass, and I think it's definitely gonna happen. Mjolnir will return because the Russo brothers are just as big of nerds as we are, guys, that we will, without a doubt, see Cap lift Mjolnir in this movie, and it'll be just extremely satisfying. We'll get a huge payoff from the scene in Avengers Age of Ultron when they're all trying to lift the hammer and Cap actually moves it, so I think this would be awesome. And my final prediction is that we will finally get to hear Cap say Avengers Assemble in this movie, and not only will it be awesome, but it'll also be another huge payoff from Avengers Age of Ultron to Endgame, and I honestly can't wait for that because I'm 100% sure that is going to happen. Other than that, I believe the heroes that will die will be Cap, Hulk, Black Widow, and Thor. But the reason I say this is because a while ago I heard that only 2 of the original 6 Avengers will make it out of Endgame alive. So if not Thor dies, I believe Iron Man will be the one to die, and Thor and Hawkeye will be safe. That's also because Hawkeye is getting a Disney Plus series in which he passes down the mantle of Hawkeye, so I'm thinking he's going to be pretty safe. And I believe if Cap is going to wield Mjolnir, then I would think that Thor is kind of out of commission to be wielding Mjolnir, unless he's going to be simultaneously wielding Stormbreaker, which would be really awesome, but that's what I'm kind of using as backup for that. And for the brand new characters that I think we will see in this movie, the first one being Nova, I'm thinking maybe when Captain Marvel goes out in space to recruit people, she might bring him. I believe also that the next new character would be Beta Ray Bill. Maybe he's with Valkyrie when Thor goes off to find her, or maybe he might be in Valhalla. And just the super out there, super just me reaching one is Silver Surfer. You guys know how much I would love that. If that happened, I would go nuts. As for unexpected appearances, I'm gonna say that we might get Quicksilver in a flashback scene, or some scene having to do with Wanda, Abomination from the Incredible Hulk in a flashback scene, and in present time, I think Hela and Dormammu will make an appearance. As for the greater threats that are looming and that have been hinted to, I think the most likely scenario is that the Celestials will be that greater threat, possibly coming to Earth to judge it and exterminate all the life on it. If not, the next thing I can see is Dormammu maybe being a multiversal threat. More out there one and the more unlikely one would be Mephisto. I really want to see the MCU do something different and something that we haven't seen before, and I really haven't gotten a mystical threat other than Dormammu really, and I would really like to see the MCU go more into this direction as well. But my next prediction is super out there, and the most out there one and the most unlikely one ever, but it would make me oh so happy, would be Galactus, and maybe they would set him up for the end of Phase 4 or as the new big bad for the next Avengers movie. But those are my predictions, guys. That's all I have to really say about the movie. 7 more days basically. It's the 17th while I'm recording this, so technically 8 days, but today's kind of almost over. So basically 1 more week of not dying, guys, that we have to go through, and that's it. Just I would say is try your best to not die, try your best to stay off of social media and avoid spoilers at all costs. That's pretty much it, guys. If you have your own predictions, if you have your own theories, if you like some of the predictions that I have, let me know in the comments. I don't know when I'll actually upload this video, but I'm gonna try to do it as soon as possible. This will probably be one of the last videos that I upload before Endgame actually comes out. So that's pretty much it. That's all I have to say, guys. Thank you so much for watching the video. I hope you guys get to see Endgame as soon as possible in the best seats possible, and I hope you guys have a really good experience. And that's pretty much it, guys. If you liked the video, leave me a thumbs up, comment down below, and if you want, subscribe. I always appreciate it. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.